Hello guys, it's your boy Natal. Today we are making a PTR video. I made a comparison between my live rogue and my PTR rogue, and I think it's working very well. We are doing more DPS on PTR than we are on live, which is pretty cool, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with that. I thought there was going to be a nerf like everyone else did, right? But I always said it's going to be fine. We're going to be fine, guys. And we ended up being pretty fine, to be honest. I think they buffed the chance of applying Poison Bomb. That's what it feels like on the PTR anyway. And I think there's been some changes to Kingsbane. That does a lot more damage anyway. Might have something to do with Vendetta not affecting it properly before, or something like that. But either way, guys, we do more DPS on the PTR than on live, and I'm going to show you that in this video. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Alright, so we're gonna do a 4-minute DPS run here. After 4 minutes is done, I'm going to press Alt F4 to go out of the game, and then we will get an accurate DPS meter, because if you leave the DPS meter on, the dots will tick and it won't be very nice for you. So that's what we're gonna do. Obviously I will not vanish during the encounter, because that will mess up the rotation or mess up the DPS in the DPS meter, so we won't do that. So the DPS will be in general a little bit lower than it should be, but it is what it is. So let's get into it here. As you can see, the burst is actually crazy. Like 1.6 million burst I was up to there. That's a lot more than I would do on live. Also, I get the feeling that Bag of Tricks procs more often in the PTR. Don't know if that has to do with Master Poisoner. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but it does feel like it procs a lot more. As you can see already, like we're 2 minutes in, and we're already holding a pretty respectable DPS. I basically have the legendary belt, so we're gonna lose about 100k of that DPS, but that DPS is still very good, even if we subtract 100k-ish from that. But we're gonna do the math after we're done. We're gonna see where we end up. So we're coming up to 4 minutes here pretty soon. So that's basically it, guys. That's 4 minutes of DPS on the dummy. Now we are going to look what kind of results we got. So we're logging back into the game. As I told you, I'm shutting the game down to not mess up the DPS meters. That will keep them exactly as they were when I disconnected. So we're gonna try that out. If we actually get into the game. Sometimes the loading screen can be a little bit buggy on PTR. It just is what it is, you know. So alright, cool. Let's see here. So 515, right? So you remove 86k from that. That leaves us with 430k DPS. That is, I think that's 430k DPS is very respectable on a dummy, seeing as I don't use Vanish and I don't use Second Potion. We're gonna look a little bit deeper into this though. Basically, so we removed the Symbiote Strike, right? Because that's my legendary belt, so that doesn't really count. So we're basically at about 430k DPS right now. 88k from Rupture. As you can see, the Rupture damage is lower. I had 99% uptime, so the damage from Rupture is lower, but the damage from everything else is higher. That's mostly due to Agonizing Poison. This will probably, like, through this change, we'll probably see a more shift towards Mastery stacking. We're gonna have a higher priority on Mastery, probably. As you guys know, these are PTR changes, so nothing is final. I'm just going over my finds so far. So basically what we can see here is that Poison Bomb does a lot of damage. Poison Bomb makes up for 44k, and it hit 35 times in 3 minutes. That's, I think that's very good. Like, I'm very happy with that. Because, yeah, that's quite a few procs. I don't usually get that many procs on the live at all, so I think the proc chance is increased, which is awesome. Then we also have something pretty cool here. Kingsbane does a lot of DPS. Kingsbane does 34k DPS. That is more than on live, obviously, because of Master Poisoner. I'm thinking also maybe they changed it so that Vendetta affects Kingsbane, because on the live servers currently they do not. At least that's what I've felt so far. The damage doesn't really change with Vendetta, so maybe they did something with that. I'm not really sure, but basically the damage just looks better overall here. Like, there's obviously not like a lot more envenom damage, and everything is just doing more damage. So that's pretty cool. And I think 430k, as I said, is pretty respectable for a 4-minute fight if I do not Second Potion and I do not Vanish Rupture. So I think that's, I'm very pleased with that, basically. So we're going to go over to the live servers now, and we're gonna check out what that looks like on the live servers. So we're heading over to the live servers right here. Alright, cool. So this is live, obviously. Let me make sure I have everything set up. This is the best spec for live currently, elaborate planning and everything. So we're going to try this out. We're going to do a similar one, 4-minute DPS test on here, and we'll see what that looks like. So, do we have enough? We have Flask for 5 more minutes. Yeah, that's fine. If we go fast, that'll be fine. Alright. 4 minutes, whatever, I'll just use the new ones. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna do a 4-minute DPS test on live servers. So basically it's the good old opener, you know, the usual stuff. We don't really get that good of an opener. We have the Kingsbane before our Vendetta, before our Vanish Rupture. But it is what it is. I mean, it's sometimes that happens. But it doesn't really affect it. If you're doing a 4-minute DPS test, it doesn't really matter. So that's pretty cool. And of course we're gonna do the same type of math. We're gonna remove my legendary belt from the test, and also check out what kind of numbers we get. So we're doing a 4-minute fight here again. You're welcome to fast forward if you want to, but it's yeah, it's up to you. I figured the best way to do a good comparison would do to do the same length of fight for each one. show you guys a little bit how I do it, so you know that I'm not like messing up anything or doing anything like that, you know, that everything's correct. But we'll see where we end up with this. So we're hitting the 2-minute mark right here. And obviously, guys, the damage can be higher if you end the fight at a different point. Like, let's say you end the fight after your Vendetta instead of before, like I do here with the 4-minute mark. But I think that's pretty fair to end it before. That means you don't have like any crazy numbers or anything from Vendetta. So I think that's the best way to do it, to be honest. But we'll see what kind of numbers we end up with. I'm pretty excited to see this actually myself, so. And obviously we're not using Vanish. Can't do that, so. I figured I wouldn't use second potion either. Mainly to save my gold, but yeah. Okay, so we have our last Vendetta coming up here. We're gonna do the same thing here with the Alt F4 as soon as we finish the test. We have about 20 seconds left. Thanks for the follow, dude. Alright, so let's see. Where do we end up? Guess we get a few hits of Kingsbane here. Alright, so that's that. Now let's log back in. And let's see what kind of DPS we ended up with. I think it went pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with my DPS here on live servers and on PTR, so I think it will be a pretty good comparison. Alright, so 529k, 112 is from Symbiote Strike. That means that we're left with 417k. 417k without Vanish Rupture and without second potion. That means that there's a give or take 12k difference between them, right? Because we got 430 on 430k DPS on PTR and 417 on live with the same gear, everything the same, except the talent choices obviously. On PTR we used Master Poisoner and Vigor, and on live we used Deliberate Planning and Deeper Stratagem. So let's look at the numbers here. Rupture is a little bit higher, and Venom is about the same. But then we have a huge difference in Poison Bomb, right? I mean, there's 20k DPS difference in Poison Bomb. And also pretty much like between 10 and 20k DPS difference in Kingsbane. So that's really the big one. Like Poison Bomb and Kingsbane's damage is just increased so much with Master Poisoner. And I think with the increased uptime of both Poison Bomb and also Kingsbane being affected by Vendetta. So I think that is something they changed. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. We don't have anything to confirm this, but I think that's the case. Anyhow, we see a lot of DPS increase in Poison Bomb and Kingsbane. So this is what it looks like right here. I'll go back to the PTR one and show you that one again. So let's go back to PTR. Alright, so now we can look at this. So here we can see the Rupture damage is lower. The Envenom damage is also lower. I think that's mainly due to RNG though. Then we have a lot higher Poison Bomb damage. I think that's due to increased proc chance. And then also we have a lot of increased Kingsbane damage. Everything else is about the same, give or take. I think we have a little bit more from the Shadows damage as well. But really the big ones are Kingsbane and Poison Bomb. So I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, as you guys saw, we do more DPS on the PTR currently than we do on live. That means that we got buffed, so let's drop the whole thing that rogues were getting nerfed, right? Because we're not getting nerfed. As you can see here, we're getting buffed by a little bit at least. It's not a big buff, but it's something, you know, we're not getting nerfed. So that's pretty cool. Basically, that's it for this video. I mean, if you have any questions about this, you can come over to my stream and ask them live. I have a really hard time answering YouTube questions because I stream about 10 to 12 hours a day, and I don't really want to sit on my stream and answer a bunch of questions on YouTube. So, but if you, I always answer, like I always read chat on my stream. I answer every question that's put in my stream chat. So if you come over to my stream and ask me a question, you will get an answer basically. So I'll put my stream down below if you want to check that out. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really happy about these changes because with Vigor it makes the playstyle a lot more fun, and it's also more damage, of course. I'm happy about that. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys next time.